What's up, everybody? Back with one more video of today. Just a track versus track video. George Harrison's 33 and a third versus George Harrison's self-titled album. Yeah, 10 tracks, both albums. Very excited. Both albums I rated a 10 out of 10, so this should be very, very even from what I could tell. So, gonna write it down. 33 and a third. 33 and a third versus his self-titled album of 1979. Very, very excited for this. All right. First song on the 33 and the third album, Woman, Don't You Cry For Me, versus Love Comes to Everyone. Wow. Both brilliant tracks. Both couldn't be more different from each other as well. Both are very different from each other. Wow. I'm gonna go with Love Comes to Everyone. Yeah, that'll be first point for the George Harrison album. Not Guilty versus Dear One. Great album. Great tracks, both. I'm going to go with the self-titled number again. Yeah. Another great track. Beautiful Girl versus Here Comes the Moon. This is kind of an easy one. Beautiful Girl. 33 and a thirds on the board now. This song, Soft-Hearted Hana. Both amazing tracks. This song is probably the more famous of the two, though. Might be a tiny bit of a controversial opinion. I'm gonna go with the self-titled album. Nothing to take away from this song, though. This song is a brilliant song. I just happen to like Soft-Hearted Hana at the moment slightly better. See Yourself. Blow Away. I mean, that's an easy choice. Blow Away. See Yourself is a great song, but come on, Blow Away. Can't beat that. Okay. Flip over to side 2. It's What You Value versus Faster. Again, kind of an easy choice. I'm going to go Faster on that one. Yeah. Can't believe that. I mean, it's what you value is an amazing track, but Faster is just brilliant. I love that track. Okay. True Love. Yeah, True Love versus Dark Sweet Lady. I mean, again, I have to give it to the self-titled album. Not by a crazy lot, but yeah, didn't take much thought for me for that one. Pure Smoky versus Your Love Is Forever. I go with this album. Pure Smoky is a great song. Much better. Soft Touch versus Cracker Box Barrel. Cracker Box Barrel. I always mix that up. Cracker Box Palace. That's the name of the song. Pretend I didn't say the first thing. Cracker Box Palace. Much better. Give the points at 33 1/3. Learning How to Love You versus If You Believe. Another easy choice. 33 1/3. Much better closer. Nothing to take from this closer. It's amazing in its own way. I was going over in my last video. I love it a lot. But I just much prefer this song. Well, doing all the track listings, not track listings, counting all the points, self-titled album wins by 1 point. So, if anyone asks me what I prefer out of these two albums, I prefer this album. Oh. If you... I want to... Oh. If you're looking at the video, you're like, where's Garrett to show off his new Led Zeppelin albums? I don't think he's home yet. I'm gonna, as of right now, I'm gonna go over what I've been listening to since I have been wanting to do that. Hold on for 1 second right now. But yeah, brilliant two albums. But I am gonna tell you guys what I've been listening to. Present, share screen. Yeah. There's a particular album I've been listening to a lot because I feel like I've given it a pretty bad rap. Pink Floyd discography. Haven't listened to the Pink Floyd discography in a very, very long time. But yeah. Dark Side of the Moon. The Wall. If you were aware from my discography ranking, I ranked this as 11 on my ranking video, and understandably, there is going to be a lot of people who will be disagreeing with that. Understandably, but I do have a certain type of idea of how to make this album better. Well, not to make this album better, but also make the next album better, the Final Cut, because that album let's just say it's not the best. And yeah, the final cut. But so there's of course the first, for me the first side of the wall is like, to me, the best side of the wall. It's, in the flesh, question mark, is amazing. The nice is great. Another brick in the wall part one, going into happiest years of our lives, and another brick in the wall part two. Those, what a great three song 1, 2, 3 punch. Then that ends perfectly with Mother. This is these six songs. If there's anything you could get off of the wall, I'd say side one of the wall is the best thing to go at. Side two is great. Don't get me wrong. Side two is amazing. But there is a singular track I'm not the biggest fan of, and that's "Don't Leave Me," which it's all right, but yeah, it's not particularly a song that I really go back to. Besides when I listen to the wall, rather than that, but it does work well with the wall, and I'd say side two is really strong. Goodbye Blue Sky is amazing. Empty Spaces going into Young Lust, two great, another great 1-2 punch. One of My Turns is amazing. Of course, like I said, Don't Leave Me Now is an alright track. Another Brick in the Wall Part 3. A lot of people say that song's too short. I think it's the perfect length. It's my least favorite out of the three parts of Another Brick in the Wall, so I'm not too mad. I'm not mad at all that it's not long. Goodbye Cruel World would have been the perfect ender to not side one, disc one. Not even disc one, just would have been the perfect way. A nice 13 track album. Yeah, The Wall. Goodbye Cruel World. Boom. My biggest problems though is disc two. And well, the problems don't start right away. Hey You is a great song, but then it gets to Is There Anybody Out There, which is very boring. Then it goes to another really boring song, Nobody Home. Then it goes into another really boring track, Vera. Thankfully, it's not too long. Then it goes to this really boring Bring the Boys Back Home, which is really boring. And then it gets to a really great track, Comfortably Numb. So you get two great songs and four really boring songs in between. Then The Show Must Go On, Beach Boy, Bruce Johnson is involved, but it's still a very boring track. It's all right. It works great. It works decently as a opener to side four, but In the Flesh, the second version, very controversial lyrics, not in a subtle kind of cool way. It's just Roger Waters just saying shit that he shouldn't be saying, that he would get canceled for nowadays. That leads into a really great track though, Run Like Hell. Really like that track. Then that goes into Waiting for the Worms, which is total rubbish. Don't like it at all. Stop, which is 30 seconds, so I can't really get mad, or I don't love it or hate it. Trial, which is even though it's a really good track, it's very, I don't know, for a Pink Floyd song, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't bring the Pink Floyd that it used to be for like Dark Side of the Moon, Animals, or Wish You Were Here. It's just a Roger Waters. It's just more of like a Roger Waters song. It's like most of Pink Floyd isn't really on this song. Then Outside the Wall, it's boring, but it does have that cool little thing where it's this is where, and then we came in. But yeah, but here's where here's where the wall could have been fixed. First off, just have it as a singular disc and have all the songs from disc one be, disc one. But on the Final Cut album, disclude these not five, these four songs. Is there anybody out there? Nobody home. Vera, bring the boys back home. Take out Hey You, Comfortably Numb. Those two songs from side 3. Run Like Hell, third song, and The Trial. They'll take the best 4 songs from that album, and try to the Final Cut, and take the 4 weakest tracks off of the Final Cut, and put those 4 songs in there, and bam, you got. Not only do you have a very much improved Wall album, but you have a very much improved Final Cut album. First off, instead of having the Post-War Dream be the starting of the Final Cut album, have Hey You be the opening to the Final Cut. Would have been a perfect way to start off the Hey You. Like, would have been much better. Yeah. But yeah. Instead of having Post-War Dream would be a great second song, but have Hey You be in there, faded out before the transition to that one song. Post-War Dream. Not Now John Stays. I'm trying to think of my 4 least favorite from this album. Two Sons in the Sunset, get rid of, replace it with Comfortably Numb. That would have been the perfect way to end off this album. So start off with Hey You, have Comfortably Numb. Actually, no. The Trial would be a perfect way to end off the album. The Trial. But I don't know how the sides end on this record. Let me look it up. Okay. Okay. So be 6 songs. Well, be 7 songs, and then 6 songs. So instead of having Paranoid Eyes as the closer, this will be the opener to side 2, and Comfortably Numb would be the closer of the first side. So Hey You. So far my track listing would be Hey You, The Post-War Dream, Get Rid of the Possible Past. That song is just not good. One of the Few, When the Tigers Broke Free, The Hero's Return, The Gunner's Dream, Comfortably Numb. Bam. Also I'm gonna make a playlist out of this right now, because I know I'm gonna say I'm gonna make a playlist and I'm gonna send it, but I'm gonna end up forgetting, and that's not gonna be fun at all. But yeah, one quick second. Final Cut ideal version. Virgin. Okay. So as I said before, Hey You opens it up. Post-war dream follows it right back up. One of the few. Okay. Is the third track on the album. Hold on. One of the few. When the Tigers broke free, the Heroes Return, the Gunner's Dream, and then ended on Comfortably Numb. Boom. And then as for opening up side 2, how can you not open it up with Run Like Hell? That would be the perfect way to end on side 2. Getting rid of get rid of your filthy off my desert. Fletcher Memorial Home. The rest of the album will go as such. And then the album will end on The Trial. Boom. So my vinyl playlist would look like this. Hey You, The Post-War Dream, One of the Few, When the Tigers Broke Free, The Hero's Return, The Gunner's Dream, Comfortably Numb. Flip over to side 2, Run Like Hell, The Fletcher Memorial Home, Southampton Dock, The Final Cut, Not Now John, and then The Trial. Of course, this is just me coming, just kind of, this is just like kind of thoughts I've been thinking of for a little while now. But yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, starting to get really tired now. Yeah. Sorry, Garrett. I'm gonna have to remove your name from the title because I'm about to end the video. Yeah. But yeah, so got to see that. Of course, and I'm also gonna change the title and also going for what in this. Yeah. Can't put all that in the title, but what I've been listening to lately, and yeah. So yeah, so I will in the description maybe, or maybe I'll just post it on my YouTube community page. My ideal version of the Final Cut. Still not the best album ever. Still wall reject songs, but is what it is. But yeah. Almost 25 minutes, which is nice. It's like track versus track and then like going off to other things. Do. Okay, remove. So hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to bed. I need to wake up at 4 in the morning tomorrow. Lucky me. And see you guys next time. So